Alright, we are back. So we're gonna go to Old GRIDANIA. That's where the amphitheater's at. Ethernet over there, so we're gonna tune to that too. We're making our way, guys. We are making our way. We're getting. We're level 26. You gotta be level 30. We should be getting pretty close to that too, which should be pretty awesome. So I know there's an Ethernet over here somewhere. There it is. Ethernet. So we're gonna tune to this. I don't think I've attuned to this one yet. I am not. And that's where we gotta go right there. That's the amphitheater. Alright, here we go.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that GRIDANIA was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Ellison settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, GRIDANIA flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the GRIDANIan standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Ellison. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. We have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carteneau. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless GRIDANIan lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, Some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ffxiv have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of GRIDANIA. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
All right.
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
It is. It's Final Fantasy XIV. It's an MMO game. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have contend with two beast tribes. The Ffxiv are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have been long on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramuh. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict as a last resort. Though they clash with the Ffxiv even more regularly, you may be assured that they do in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Trollwars was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack, the people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue the incursions, spurred on by Garuda, and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, thank you, Alphino. Alrighty, so now we have to go to Ul'dah. Alright, so now we gotta hear the Ul'dah remembrance speech. Who is Raban? And that is... yeah, that's over here, right? We get that from here? Should be able to, I would think. No, I guess not. Oh, we can get them from here, though. We'll go this way. Looks like we can get them from here. And here we go. Steps of THAL. So I gotta go up. I gotta go to the husting strip. I'm already attuned to that. If we go this way, and then if we go around, oh yeah, we have to go around this way. Oh, am I changed that one yet? Yeah, I am. Okay. Ah, here we go. We gotta go up here. Ah, here we are. Eighth node over there, I might have tuned to that one. If I was tuned to that one, I could have just ran through from the Aetherite. I literally could have just, like, traveled here from the Aetherite. I didn't know I was attuned to it. Oh well. Alright, here's the next one.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimo herself!
And Reborn as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Reborn! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of NALD have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as THAL's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Reborn? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth?
The time is now! I
Fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Almarza. the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Guardians have not gone away. Refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be infinite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Armaja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldanans send their forces to smite the primal, and even though they are invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. See you, Limsa Laminta. That's where we're going next. Alright. Alright. I got it for the... oh, there he is. Here to attend a remembrance service. Be quick. The Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Here we go.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilfir's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Alright.
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsla Minces is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribes' presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right of the Limsian backyard. And that is to say naught of eternal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight among themselves, the Guardians whet their blades and watch. If the Limsians are to have any hope of extending the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with one and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standards will be drenched as a deeper shade of crimson ere long. that a capable adventurer like you will be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. But will you sail with the Admiral? Ryuk, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. We're delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Suns. It would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. I will go to Horizon. Now we're going to be choosing our Grand Company next. Let's see. Alrighty. So I'm gonna end up choosing Maelstrom as mine. Also because Ffxiv is my home in this, with this character. So it just seemed right to have, Maelstrom be the Grand Company I joined, so I will be joining Maelstrom. I've always joined, which one was it? The Immortal Flames is the one I've always joined. And that's the one my main character is on, is the Immortal Flames. And he's ranked really high too. I think I'm actually the highest ranking in that Grand Company. I think I made it all the way to the top. But later on, I will show you guys how you can make your way to the top of the Grand Company rankings. I'll show you that later on. It's really not that hard to do. You just gotta follow certain objectives. Alright, so we're gonna go back here. Here we go. Welcome back, Ryuk. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Ryuk. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Alright, here we go. So there's gonna be 3 of these. I gotta choose one officer. Well, after this cutscene, I guess.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Alright, so, this is the one we're doing. How is the Admiral's speech? Ah, but you need not explain. That you stand before me is an answer enough. You have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? That's the spirit, lad. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made, it is time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Maelstrom Command back on NOSCEA. 'Tis on the upper decks, in case you have forgotten. I will send word to our personal officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearings sure. Alright. So we're going to go to NOSCEA. So we are doing Maelstrom for our Grand Company because NOSCEA is the home for Ryuk. So we're going to choose the Grand Company to support our home, which is what makes the most sense. So that's what we're doing. Alrighty, so we gotta go to the upper decks. Let's take the stairs, shall we? I can finally use mounts soon. Right. Alrighty. I changed this one yet? Yes, I am. Ah, here it is right here. Oh, I like this. This is nice. I like the command area. Hail, adventurer! What business have you at Maelstrom Command? My name is Ryuk-san Lemurte. Ryuk-san Lemurte. Ah, our recruitment officer sent word of you coming. Be right back, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Ryuk-san Lemurte, our recruitment officer sent word of your coming. It will be an honor to induct you into... Oh. What the heck? Why'd they do that? Really? Oh, jeez. I didn't even do that. Oh, man. Just trying to read what this guy says. Can't even do that. Just got away. Let's try this again. I've already read that. Alright, here we go. Alexander Myrte, a recruitment officer sent word of your coming. It shall be an honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of the several... Sir! What is it, Private? And this had better be important. Sir, we've received a report from the lookout in Lower NOSCEA, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a high-end Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it. We have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down at the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. Silent Myrte, this is highly irregular, but I feel your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower NOSCEA is correct, the airship will come down in a territory crawling with the Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Guardians do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of the occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you upon your return. Of course, that's to be that far away. Probably quicker than that one. It's easier with mounts. I hate having to do these long walks. This takes forever. Alright. Let's jump down, because it's quicker. Let's run. I'm just trying to get to the mounts. I just want to get to the mounts area so we can at least get access to mounts. That's how I'm going to end it. But I want to get to the mounts. Getting to the mounts. Getting to the mounts. And getting to the mounts. Lost lamb. The lamb is lost. Alright. Cedarwood, here we are. Adventurer, what are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Be at ease, sir. We are all of the Maelstrom. You are Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be San Murte. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? This secret and magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzea salvages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Getting party from Castrum Ostens, I'd say. Seems they want the ship engineer. Reg, you have to help him. That fool of a Lefel was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lefel. Lefel. What say you, San Murte? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge! An ambush! 2 arms! Biggs! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyways? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for those scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Salam Myrte, you are free to return to the Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform command of the party you played here today. I, just wanted to say sorry. You know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom's lads there, we'd be chained up in the dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Reg? Thank you. We're very grateful. Now we're going to go back to the Maelstrom Command. Welcome back, Salam Myrte. I just heard the report. You need to be concerned about the engineers. They completed the return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit, I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of. After you're properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction. Let us start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here, Ryuk Salam Myrte. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you will be joining. A Grand Company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We at the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by Primal's Intergallian Empire and solving the many problems caused by the Calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in the keeping of the great warship that has limited the Minta afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Milrab Lucifer sees fit to send. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the wind do not look favorable, lad. and strength of arms may be all set to see safe to port. If I've lost you in all the talk of the ship and ore, let me pull it another way. A Maelstrom soldier's labors till his last breath, fights till his last drop of blood. We give our all in service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. Son of Murte, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering a Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? And I have no doubt we'll need it. Keep your weapons close to hand, lad. Ryuk Son of Murte, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limsel and Menses well, till sea swallows all. Can you hear me, Ryuk? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Son of Murte. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a man of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pay return to the Raking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here who are very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Riki. Might be worth your while. Yay! This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for Reborn. Well, if it isn't Private Son of Murte, I must say the tales of your deeds have been an inspiration to the troops. Our duties takes us far and wide, and I'll wager you've slogged across quite a few miles of countryside or not by your own 2 feet. Such a sterling soldier of the Maelstrom deserves his own steed. Let us see about having one issued for you. All you need to do is obtain the Storm Chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to the Ffxiv, and she will see you saddle up one of our trusty birds. Greetings, adventurer. I am the Maelstrom officer charged with assisting order of independent companies, or the free companies, as they are commonly known. How may I serve you this day? Don't need that one. This is the one I think. Well met. I am an OIC quartermaster affiliated with the Maelstrom. It is my duty to provide those free companies who have pledged their allegiance to our grand company with the opportunity to purchase various enchantments and items that will benefit their members. I say, have you ever considered joining a free company? If not, my suggestion to do so. A whole new world will open. Do I have an issuance? I need to get some steels for that. Oops. I need 2,000 steels. Alright guys, we're going to end it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this content videos, and I will see you all... Oh wait, actually, hold on, let me look at this really quick. Ah, that gives us... Okay, no, we're actually going to finish this up first. We're going to finish this up first because this will give me 300 steels and then I'll have enough to purchase an issuance and then get my mount. So I want to do that first. That way I can finally get a mount. I have to keep going on my 2 feet. Alright, let's go ahead and do this really quick then. Welcome back, Ryuk. Lady Memphilia awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Ryuk. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tetherer, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm God, man, spit it out, will ya? Reg at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Reg will be staying with us for a while. I don't know why I skipped like that. Of course, for this we needed the acknowledgement of experts, or the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us two of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Suns. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never here I know such fulfillment, such happiness. Alright, so now I got enough to get the issuance. So to go back over there. Alrighty. We are about to get access to mounts. What a bird issue, you say? Then I'll need to see your Storm Chocobo issuance. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your Chocobo. And here he is! The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. Let's name him No. I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it, and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he does not respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your Chocobo Rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfillment companionship. Alright, there we are. Now we have our... I gotta go... Chocobo whistle. Alright, and now we can go into the mount guide and use it. And I do have other mounts too in my mail that I can collect, but I will do that in tomorrow's episode. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like 50 content videos, and I will see you all in the next one.